me tell you how much that I love you. You found me no search. It's like you knew that inside I was hurting. I was so young, said no chance. But you gave me a shot at a romance. I feel like you were like an angel sent to bring me light. Now that I'm with you, me one say that me love you, that me love you, that me love. Hey, me no go one day wonder. Without my baby, without me love, without me love. And I'll dance and sing and I'll sing because you make my life complete. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I can't believe that this is for me. Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah. I can't believe that this is for me. Oh yeah. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. It's for me. Shut up, 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 shut up. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. It's for me. I've never felt this way. So when they ask us, say, oh yeah, we're going all the way. So me, we happy love you all the time and things. Sometimes I wonder if the thing could cut us under to get under. I know, but your love in my life control that. I laid out my life this way. Do anything to make you stay. All of the blessings they come my way, and all the bad things they turn and away. Sometimes life is such a scare. Your love gives me the strength to bear.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, so for me. Well, greetings, motherfuckers, greetings. That song everybody asking about, which is one of my favorite songs, that is Hakeem. It is called For Me, Fuhmi, For Me. Greetings, everyone. I show gratitude. Make sure you hit the like as you come in. Like. Stop what you're doing because I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to. I look funny, but y'all making money. See, so your word, I hope you're ready for me. I gather round. I'm the new Italian. Alright. Make sure you hit the like button as you come in. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. This class last night was so powerful. So powerful. And I am still in the fucking bed because I didn't go to sleep till like 5 this morning on this dang on YouTube, talking to the family, looking back at this video from last night's class, which I have posted it up for free because Yehuda said that he wanted everybody to be able to experience the message and receive the healing and the guidance and the understanding. And so you ain't got to start it yet. Oh, Charming, it's so good. It's so good. If you did not see it, if you listen, take advantage of it because the queen don't put up no shit like this. Not all the time. Not all the time. You called out to that? Ooh, because we was up, LT. We was up. And you already about to be in tears. I know that's real. You didn't miss it. It's on the thing. See, y'all don't take advantage of stuff, and then y'all be like, Queen, well, when is it? It's up on my community board. Some people pay for this class, but in the spirit of Yehuda said to make it to where everybody can access the recording of it. And now those who pay for it got the actual experience of being in that class, asking their questions if need be, you know what I'm saying? Getting to do the participation of it, So it was really a good class. I started watching it again as I went to sleep. Miss Timmons says that was a super amazing class. Were you in the class, Miss Thelma? I didn't know. Yes, take advantage of that. Watch that with your children. Watch it, and you said you're at work right now, attempting to write my script. Okay, watch it with your children and allow your babies to experience it, but allow them to experience it in such a way um, where you allow them to speak their truth. to help them to get to the best, healthiest place possible. Yes, I have classes up on Eventbrite. I got to put my other classes up, but I still have the Melanite Body, which will be coming up. I think that's March 6th. That will be coming up, the Melanite Body. And so that is the next class. I will be putting up the Seven Deadly Sins class, but I do believe we're going to go ahead and make that one a free class, so other people can come in finally and experience, the class. Because it's one thing to watch it back, but it's actually another thing to be in the class. Last night we had a lot of newbies. Gratitude, yay! I need me a clapper thing, yay! So there was actually people that were new inside the class last night that had never been in class. And so they said class was healing it. Gratitude, gratitude. Yes. So today what we are going to do, we're going to do just like we do for the aesthetics, how we allow people to come up and talk about their experience inside the class last night. So whether you watched the class last night, you said I was watching a replay, fell asleep while listening, and had my first dream of Yehuda. Gratitude, because you're the one that said you could smile, and he had people put up um their oh my goodness, their offerings on their altar for her last night for the healing that she received. Okay, how you smiling? How you smile doing today? Is it Aaliyah? I want to make sure I'm pronouncing your name correctly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to drop the link in the chat. If you were in the class, if you were only this time, if you're in the class, in a minute, I'm going to bring up other people who just watched the class. But if you actually were in the class last night, Diana Wynn, it is on my YouTube community page. So if you were, if you go to my YouTube and you scroll over to the community board, that's where it's at. You just click on it and put that passcode in. Greetings, Courtney. All right, I'm going to drop the link in the chat. So if you were actually in the class and you got to experience some stuff last night in the class, please come up and have this conversation. And then we will bring up some people in a moment who may have just watched the class back. But I want people to be able to, he said, I dreamed I was in a writing my script situation as you were having class. Okay, period. Oh, look at that. See? See what I'm saying? See this? This is beauty. This is beauty. This is beauty. Let me tell you why I just absolutely love about Yehuda. One of the things that I love about Yehuda. People had took Yehuda's name and they were making disparaging remarks. They were calling him a demon. They did all of these different things, and we talked about the golden compass and how the word demon, but that's neither here nor there. But what I'm speaking about, but and they said what he was and what he wasn't, and they called him all kind of names, and y'all know what I'm talking about because this was recent, and he didn't defend himself because he know he is the governor. He ain't got to. What he did was come in and began teaching again. He began moving things around in my life so those that are watching can see those results. You understand what I'm saying? So we're going to start to bring people up. Click that link in the chat and come on up and talk about your experience inside of the class. If you're able to do so, because we're here for it. We don't mind. Come on up. Don't be shy. Now, I know that it's early in the day and some people may be at work and cannot do it. But if you were in the class last night and you can, come on, click that link. Don't be shy. Come on up here. And you ain't got to stay long. Come up and tell your what they always say, that's your testimony. Come up and give your testimony. And it's on my community page and it is free. You clicked on the class and understood the dream you was having, period. Don't be shy, family. You say I went to the community and I only see the video with the man with the drums. But you shouldn't really see any videos on a community. You should see posts. Yeah, you should see posts up there. Hold
Great
on, let me take this.
morning.
Greetings, Mama. How are you?
I'm fine. The
You were.
class was amazing last night. I feel
I
a
didn't
little
even know you was
healing
in
coming
there
on.
peacefully.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I didn't even know you was in class last night.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh wow. Okay. Oh yes, ma'am, Miss Tamara Davis. Yes, there. Yeah, I was in that thing. So, what was your experience peacefully? Did you see anything behind me at that time of watching the class?
I didn't, but when I replayed it, I can see the faces. The first hour, like around the 9 minute mark, like you said, you can see the energy in the faces changing on there. I can at least.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That is crazy. Uh-oh, we done lost them. So now, as far as the teaching and the healing goes, let's talk about that. Let's talk about some of your experience with that.
Well, it just took me back to that specific time in my life, and as I'm sitting here writing and deleting things on my script today,
Mm,
I feel lighter, if that makes sense.
absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely does. So when we were going through the teachings in the class last night, were you able to see different things far as the financial, far as the sexual bonds, far as the trauma bonds and love and the voices?
Yes, yes, it took me back to many, many moments. I had them bat signals in my life. Yeah, I I just been
The passcode
deleting
is on there,
all
y'all.
morning.
Let me say this real quick. I apologize. The passcode is in there. It's on the same. It's on there. It's on the same thing. It actually says passcode. It actually says passcode on it, y'all. Now, Miss Tamara Davis and Miss Tanya, they were on there last night, and I found out that Miss Tamara said she is my biggest fan, and what an honor that is.
Thank you.
How was class for you all? Because y'all were mother and daughter in there.
Eye-opening.
Yes,
It it
yes.
was refreshing because I didn't realize that my aggression and like me realizing that I'm mean.
Oh yes,
Mm,
she had a problem with that.
Yeah, I was being so dramatic last night. I said, "Mama, oh my God, I'm mean." I was like, "Wow."
mm,
So I got up this morning. I said, "You know what?" I said, "I think that I should be starting to like apologize to like the loved ones or like my friends that I be mean to, and I don't realize that I'm being mean."
yes,
And so I was like, I'm gonna just start doing some early spring cleaning.
absolutely. Now, Mom, that was some stuff that Tamara said that you not necessarily knew.
Yes, a lot of stuff I didn't know that I was doing. You know, when you said the hovering and the controlling and stuff like that. But I learned a lot. Or I learned a lot just by listening to you anyway. I love you to death. I mean, ooh.
I show gratitude. Yeah, I show gratitude.
And it's just a lot of stuff you like open up my eyes and that I didn't know that I really actually was doing it, you know, because I was just
Mm-hmm.
thinking that, like you said, I was thinking I was just being a good mother, you know, just being motherly. Did not know that, you know, that my bat signals that I was giving them bat signals. That was the thing
Mm,
that really got me. And you know, I rewrote my script today, and I was like, you know, stop me from giving my kids the bat signal and let me create a bond with my kids. Just the
yes.
bond. So I want to be like that towards them so they can come to me more. That's what I want.
Mm,
and
I love that.
and also, Miss Queen, I forgot to mention, but I had a stuttering problem. I had a speech impediment,
Oh.
and I was almost a mute because I it was hard for me to make friends. So
Mm,
that's why I guess that's when I realized the shutting down part when it comes to like expressing myself because sometimes when I get hyper, it sometimes come out. So
Mm-hmm.
I forgot to mention that last night, which I'm pretty sure you already know that, you know. But
But you did good. You did very well last night, speaking and everything.
thank you. Well, gratitude.
Yeah,
I was just happy to
gratitude.
be in your presence.
Really?
That's all we
Because
wanted.
I've been wanting to talk to
Oh,
you for the
likewise.
longest.
Likewise. It was so funny to watch y'all because y'all, when I'm talking to Yehuda, y'all looking like she talking to Yehuda. Like,
Yeah.
Yes,
yes.
I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, I can't see him, but I feel like I'm in a celebrity. Like,
Period.
like, oh my goodness, I'm like, I try to talk to you all the time, but I was like, I wonder do he hear me?
Yes,
Like,
I said the same thing. I want to do hear me.
Absolutely. He absolutely hears you. And then to just see him, and I don't know, some people's like, what's wrong with me? I can't see him. Nothing. Sometimes you see the energy, sometimes you see the colors, or some people saw different things, but I could see Yehuda's mane behind me, and I saw his face, and then the
mhm.
shape shifted into a woman's face, and then back to a lion's face, and then I started seeing faces everywhere, everywhere. Wait a minute. Is that Shaquana?
Yeah, that's Shaquan.
Shaquan? Shaquan, you're peacefully humble.
Yes, ma'am. I just said that. I told my daughter, I said, let me get in this camera and let her see that I'm Shaquan.
I did not know that.
Yes,
Oh
ma'am.
wow. Oh well, we definitely got to come back to you real quick because you actually was getting some healing. We actually spoke to you because we spoke to you about your skin tone and how a lot of people believe that lighter skinned women, get so much favor. But then we got to see your story and how your skin tone has been one of your hangups too.
Yes, yes. I'm constantly on mute because I don't want my background to be noisy. But yeah, yes.
So what was
Mm.
that like? What was your healing like, or did you receive any? Let me not put words in your mouth. What did you receive from the class? Let me say it that way.
Yes, I did receive a healing. It just took me back to them times, and and I never knew how to let that go out my life, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. But
Um,
you got something else special happen last night.
yeah, my friend came through.
Your friend came through that passed in the penitentiary.
Hmm.
Yes,
Yeah.
so that was something special that happened for you. Go ahead. I'm not gonna cut you off. Please go ahead.
But yes, it was a good experience. I'm sitting here letting my kids, I'm gonna let them rewatch it today. My daughter, I wanted her to say, hey, she always watching you. She's
How old is
16.
she? Oh,
16.
okay.
Mm.
Well, greetings. What's her name?
Quinira.
Quanira
Quinira. Yes.
with a Q or K?
With a Q.
Okay, cause period, damn it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's so sweet you named her after me. That is so sweet. So ma'am, um,
Mm-hmm. Yes, it
well
was a
let's
good
see.
experience. I was glad he came through. I knew that when you got to talking about him licking his lips and smiling, that's all that man did. All he did,
That
But
was so funny when he kept putting himself in that camera doing that. I said he
Mhm.
thought he was sure enough fine, honey. Yes, but that was a beautiful thing. Um, Evan, her brother came in, but we didn't really get any messages from him, but he let us know that he was present. Okay, I've dropped the link again for those who want to come up who may just want to discuss the class. If you watch the class back, even if you were not in the class last night, please click the link and come on up so we can see what you received after the class, but just watching the video. I would love to talk to you as well. So now, Miss Tamara, what else did you feel like you learned or that you received from the class?
Well, what I learned is to really, I would say, vocal, vocal myself more, but not in a ruly manner. Come off real cold.
Mm-hmm.
because I could come off real cold, like a person who just don't care. But I was like, I didn't realize that I hurt people's feelings when I come off that way. So I was like, I need to basically like go within myself.
And
Like,
find the other bad signals or the
yeah.
other memories you feel like. Because, see, I don't want y'all to stop at just those that we did last night. I
Mm-hmm.
want you to go in your mind and find the other memories that you feel like may have layers on top of layers.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And start to look at those and use the tools that we used last night and start to get rid of those so you can continue to rewrite your script.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. I also said too when I was doing this morning about my script was I said that seek forgiveness for the things that happened, that like stuff that my mama couldn't afford to get me when I was young, or
Mm-hmm.
when she said I couldn't do things or I couldn't go anywhere. I said I forgive that because she couldn't help it. You know, so I said, let me forgive her for the things that she couldn't provide for me because she just didn't have the means.
She just didn't have the means. We don't even realize how that affects us. You
Mhm.
know, I
Yes.
know that affected my Toddy. I know that it did. We've done a lot of work together, Toddy and I, to get rid of some of these bat signals and things. You know, greetings, Hakeem. Greetings, Miss Linda. Hakeem, you
Greetings.
watched the class back.
Um, I'm sorry, but I didn't. I just wanted to come on if I could and talk about the last class that you did, February 19th with Papa Candelo and the Lama Dama.
The
And
Aesthetic.
yes, that was actually the best birthday gift that I've received.
Oh, it was your birthday.
Yeah.
Okay, so what'd you get from that, from the Aesthetic?
From that I got when I talked to Papa and the Lama Dama, they were telling me how I'm not sure. But to me, it touched my heart because that's something that I was not aware of course, because it happened down the line. But they were telling me how 15 years from now, I would have had a stroke and the left side of my face would have been paralyzed. And, they healed me from that. And that was just something that I'll be forever grateful for.
Now that's something that's very deep. That you were
Yeah,
healed from something that hadn't even happened yet.
right.
That's when I
So,
watched
yeah,
that back, I was blown away at that. I ain't gonna lie
yes,
to you, I was,
yes,
because you weren't the only one they did that to. I remember they said were gonna stop a car accident. Somebody would have been in a car accident 15 minutes
yeah,
from their home, and she
hmm,
was a young girl who they
yes.
said that to, and they were gonna stop that. So, um, have you felt any changes in self or in your life since the aesthetic?
Um, Changes in myself. I am much more open to life. Before I was just so sheltered and afraid to live life because of the previous accident that I was in 2019. I felt like that was very detrimental and eye opening. So now that I've experienced that and from you guys in the spirit, um, that has definitely put something in me to want to be more and do more before my time is up, on earth.
Press mute, you guys, for me. We can hear your background, Miss Layla.
Okay.
It was truly, truly amazing. Miss Sean J, I have not forgotten about you, Queen. I'm gonna make sure that I get that date to you. I have not forgotten, I promise you. Now, appreciate that, Hakeem. So we brought people up that were in class last night, which was the writing your own script class. So whether you were in the class last night or you watched the class back and you received something from it, or you just want to talk about what you want to talk about it, we can. Okay. Now, Ms. Linda,
Yes, ma'am.
greetings to you.
Greetings to you, Queen.
You must be a silent one because I've never seen you or your name before.
Yeah, I'm usually silent, but I don't miss too many of your lives or anything.
Well,
But
gratitude.
about maybe not even 2 months ago, you were giving us a presentation and you stopped and you said, someone in here, Willie says, tell hi. And that's my father's name, right?
Mm,
So I was in the middle of clearing the room, letting go of everything that had bothered me. And I've been talking to my ancestors. My father passed away in 2009, 2008, I'm sorry. And some of the things I thought about, I said maybe it was a little too harsh. So when you said he said hi, I said, well, maybe it wasn't as harsh as I thought. So I thought it was
mm,
all done until I watched your class this morning at 5 o'clock. I got on and I watched it. And what I realized I didn't get a chance to go through was the finance. I come across money and I give most of it away, and I find myself
mm,
without. And that stems from my father. Whenever we had godparents that were very generous to us. They would give us like $300 and $400 at a time. We were little kids, 5, 6, 7, 8, and he would demand that we give it all to him. And my younger sister, she don't know no better. So yes, me, because he asked for it, I gave it to him, and my other sister would fight back. Right?
mm,
She never had issues with money. I mean, she would tell everybody. Make a long story short, whenever I got big lump sums, I just give everybody whatever they want. And I've been looking at my finances, and I decided to take this financial course. And your class was like confirmation for me. This is something that I needed to work on because there's no need for me to be broke. An ancestor told me back about 15 years ago, until I get to the root of what's bothering me, all the riches that are mine would never come to fruition. And I'm
mm.
finally figuring that out after all this time. And I just want to say thank you to you because that piece I had totally overlooked.
Gratitude. Absolutely. I appreciate that. I'm so glad you was able to receive that. First of all, I'm so excited that somebody knew who Mr. Willie was. Let me say that. Because, sometimes they come through and say something, and I'm like, I don't know if anybody even knew who I'm talking about. You
Because
know.
I said he mad with me. I figured he was mad because I was like, look, Daddy, I said it's time to close all the doors of the things that harm me or bothered me. But one thing I know, he loved us and he was a protector, but he had his ways like we all do. So I'm just bringing it all out, and I was like, I didn't feel anything like a sign or anything. So I said, is he angry? And the next day, I get on our live, and you're telling me that, someone named Willie said, say hi. And I was like, well, at least I know he's not angry because he's saying hi. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And much gratitude
Beautiful.
to you, Queen.
Gratitude. I appreciate it. Gratitude for coming sharing your story too. Now, Chanel Smith,
Yes, ma'am.
did you watch the class back or you were in the class?
I watched it back.
Okay. What was your experience of watching it back?
Um, it was just eye opening for me. Basically every topic, the finances, the trauma bonds, sex bonds, everything I've experienced. Like listening to everyone's story back, I bits and pieces of it, I saw myself.
Mm, that's interesting.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
go ahead, tell us what else, Queen. Yes,
I'm
that's
I'm
good.
normally
Julie.
the person that puts myself off. I've been conditioned that way. I was raised by a grandmother. My mother had a child that in her teenage years, so my grandmother raised me, and it's just like I got put off all the time, or I was the one that everybody came to handle the situation. I understood being that child, having to step up to the plate as an adult, and the
Mm,
detriment that it caused me, that made me feel like I didn't have a voice. And up until this day, presently, I'm just figuring it out and learning to deal with it.
love it. So now, from this moment on, you can rewrite your script.
Yes, ma'am.
Beautiful. Beautiful. We learned last night that some people try to write over their script. They didn't erased, and now tore the page up. It ain't erasing no more. Sometimes you got to get rid of the page and rewrite a new script. I think
Yes,
it's so
ma'am.
beautiful, Chanel. You were able to see that and receive that.
Gratitude.
Gratitude. And you wasn't even in it because you just watched it back. See that? That's why Yehuda said, share this.
Yes, ma'am. I promise I felt like he told you to do that for me because where I've been at the past couple of days has been pretty dark for me. I I suffer with depression and anxiety, and I'm the person that overthinks and thinks and plays it over 20,000 times in my mind just so
Mm,
everybody can be okay, just so
mm.
everybody will feel comfortable. And that has left me on the back burner. I've put me to the side for so long that I don't know who I am.
Let me ask you this, Chanel.
Yes, ma'am.
When you was coming to these realizations and you were seeing it, what was going through your mind when you was realizing this stuff?
Um, I was playing back the situations. I was A lot of it is my mother and my father. And I can't quote back the words that you said in particular, but you said realize that they were dealing with their own back signals. And that touched me because I've seen them, but I never just considered or empathized with them in that nature, in that
Mm-hmm.
way.
Mm-hmm.
And the words that were said actually made me look at it and be like, but I'm still
Mm-hmm.
holding on. I just
Mm-hmm.
seen it, but it just put it in the perspective that I never tried or never seen for myself.
Right. Right. I love that. I show gratitude that you were able to see it, receive it, and see it in different ways. And this is not just a one day thing. Like you can watch this and redo these techniques and rewrite your script constantly. As a matter of fact, I suggest that people do. You know what I mean? I really
Yes,
do. I
ma'am.
suggest that you do. All right. Look, there go my buddy.
It's
Um,
funny that you
so
would say that because I'm that person that would I see it one day and then the next day I'll go on to something else.
yeah, right.
But
Right.
it's you
Understood.
get so caught up in the world and in your mind that you don't tend to be mindful of the things that you do or what's going on around you. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be more mindful of what I'm putting out and what I have going on and what's causing the things that I'm doing.
Yes. Yes.
So I appreciate
Gratitude.
that. Gratitude to you for being a vessel to put out those type of messages for us because as we see, we all need it. We all have the same experiences just in different situations.
Yes. Absolutely. I appreciate you, Miss Chanel.
Thank you.
Layla York.
Gratitude.
Hi, hey, greetings, Queen.
Greetings. How are you?
I'm all right.
That look like a tall New York high rise. Nah.
no, this Detroit.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, I went back and looked at the video, and I had a lot of awakening,
Mm.
especially with
Let's
the
talk
money
about
part.
some. That's crazy. People keep saying about the finances.
Yes, because even though my mother was a good provider, but she used money as a tool against me. Like
Mm.
if you don't do what I say do, you can't have this. You know,
I've
it
been
was
guilty of that. I've been guilty of that as a parent.
yeah, but my minds go deep. I mean, it go deep, and so I have to rewrite my script because I've been. I heard you tell a young lady about erasing and then want to erase it and go over. I've been doing that for so many years, and I'm 53 years old, and I have just not really forgiven my mother. She's gone, or my father. They gone. I haven't because they put a lot of damage on me. I mean, I need some healing.
Mm.
But your class was really awakening about so much stuff. I have to rewrite this script on my life, and I have to download nothing but goodness. Cause my mother
Yes.
turned a whole community against me and my siblings. My mother had
Mm-hmm.
this type of power, and it was money, money. And I catch myself kind of like wanna have money all the time. I gamble, and I'm trying to break that.
Absolutely. I show
Yeah.
gratitude. So now, was the financial one the biggest one for you?
Yes, because my mother used that as a tool, and I can remember when she snatched the bag. Especially when I graduated from high school with honors. She took away her outfit that she bought me for grad. I mean, yeah, she bought me a car. She took that away. She used that money for, yeah, and a lot of other
Mm.
things. Like when I was molested, she said I wasn't. It's a lot of things.
So that's a sex bond, trauma bond, kind of
Yes,
kind of experience there as well. Okay. So
yes.
now, what did you uncover about that? Because sometimes those financial things link into a whole bunch of other shit.
Oh, and it's most definitely come from my childhood. Like, my mother loved to put you down in front of people, and that messed with my self esteem.
Mm, wow.
Yeah,
Now, let me ask you this, Miss Layla. Inside of that, what in what way did you see how to rewrite your script for life?
I have to go. I have to forgive my mother and father, my siblings for real. I haven't forgiven. I haven't forgiven them.
That's a big one. The
Hmm.
forgiveness is a big one. And last night in the class, somebody said, "Oh, I don't know. I think I've tried. Like it's not a try. It's a thing to do, and it's not for them. It's for you."
Yes, it's for me, and I have to do that.
Yes, yes. I show gratitude. I show
Yes,
gratitude.
gratitude.
Now
Yes, I
I
really
keep
enjoyed that
seeing.
class.
I appreciate it. I'm glad you even took the time to watch the video, the recording.
Yes, and I seen Yehuda over you, and I seen them.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
he was there.
He he was showing up, showing out
Yes, he
last night.
was. Yes, yes. Yeah, he been showing up and showing out in my life too. Cause it's a
Yeah.
new journey for me.
Absolutely.
And since I clicked on you, see, my ancestor had sent me to you a couple of years ago, and I was being hard headed and then clicked on to somebody else that I should have never clicked on. But my ancestors kept sending me to you, and I'm here to stay.
Mm. Gratitude.
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 Yes.
Appreciate it. Listen, Miss Christina about to jump out of her skin because I didn't see she went over and shaking her head like yes, yes, yes. Miss Christina, what is going on? Did you watch it back or you were in the class?
No, I watched it back. And when I say it was a reason, literally, my dog woke me up, barking out the window at nothing, of course. But I'm like, what in the world? And of course, I checked my phone and I seen that you were on there and I seen that you were, letting everybody know about the class and it just everything. Like I said, it was meant for me to see it because I already know it's nothing but back signals because my main issue now is not having my kids go through anything that I went through. I was adopted.
Mm-hmm.
The best way I can tell people is the precious story. That was the story of my life. The lady who raised me, it was all about the money. And it's like I had to grow out of a lot of things. Like you told the little girl yesterday. Anger for a long time, everybody, oh, you just mean as hell, you this, you that, but nobody knew exactly what I was going through. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
on the outside looking in with everything under the sun to say. But nobody was, grown enough to speak on what was really the problem. So
Mm-hmm.
I really completely shut out my whole family. And after listening to it, it was like I was noticing instantly everything that was being said that I had issues with. Financial issues, as far as being used for money. Like now, I won't let nobody get close to me. My kids, I don't allow that. If I feel as if somebody is using my kids for something, I instantly snap. Like I'm always on guard for so many reasons. And the main thing that stuck out to me I forgot her name, which just switching up the hairstyles to fixing different people that you created. That one
Mm-hmm.
away. That one took me away because it's like that was me. It's like once I get this out style, it's like I forget about this person. And like you said, it's all one person. So you gotta fix that one person.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
Ain't that
meant for me.
crazy how we don't even look at that? There's
Yes,
so many
yes,
things that go on with us in our lives and that we do. We don't even know where it come from.
yes, yes. And it's like I remember the first zone class I did with you, or it was like one of the first few, and my phone was acting crazy. I remember telling you that I felt as if it was something blocking me because I had every time I would get a message, my phone signal, everything would just go out. But Papa had made a statement and he said the person who raised you was a demon. She didn't know no better. Then he mentioned me being a child of Baphomet and not knowing who I am or something like that. And all of that just popped back in my head with listening to that last night. Like, this is crazy. Because literally
Mm.
I'm always going off of what was done to me and what how I had to pull myself out of, like my own inner strength. But at the same time, the strongest person is weakest at some point. But
Absolutely. Repeat that. Say that. Let's say it again for the people in the back, Christina.
so the strongest people can be weak at some point. You can't hold on to everything. And I know that for a fact because I
Period.
have epilepsy and I feel as if over the years of me holding in so much from my life, it's like even if I'm not trying to explode, my body explodes instantly. Like sometimes I get so mad, I feel like a whole pressure cooker, like I'm about to hurt somebody. And I have to calm myself down. And that's why all of it was just registering because it's like even when you try not to act on it, your body still reacts. in ways
Mm-hmm.
you can imagine.
Mm-hmm. It definitely does. And we don't even see that. We don't get that. Don't realize that.
But
Gratitude for even sharing
I'm
that.
gratitude. The
Are
I
you
don't know
Christina
what
oh
they
06?
uh-huh.
Okay. Miss CW.
Yes, that the healing
Okay.
for me. Oh my God. I have been feeling better for the past week. So much better.
Love it. Love it. And
Truly,
then to
truly.
wake up to this and now more healing coming.
Yeah, and after that I couldn't even go to sleep. I could not go to sleep. I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning. I've been literally just thinking about it. That's why I'm like, once I really get the listing down, I already know. Because I don't communicate with none of them. And it's like, it's just me and my kids right now. And it's because I choose it to be that way. And I
Mm-hmm.
know this is the main thing. But
And
honestly,
you're not wrong.
I can't see, okay, y'all okay. Tell me how y'all feel about this. You dealt with the whole little situation of being adopted, this and that. You're a grown woman now, grown man, whatever. And the person that treated you the worst speak in your face, in your own tone, that they need more income, so they should adopt another baby.
Wow.
Ever since that conversation,
That made you
and not
feel like you was nothing but money.
pretty much, even though I felt like that my whole life, getting the bare end of everything. But ever since that
Mm.
conversation, I have not been able to talk to her. I forgive her for my sake, even though deep down it still messes with me somewhat. But I just can't deal with her.
Yeah. Wow. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful to Yehuda for you. And I'm grateful to those who got up and put an offering on their tables and altars and window sills for Miss Aaliyah as well for her healing because that was beautiful. A lot of people jumped and did that. Christine, I know so much more is coming for you, and I show gratitude. I really do.
Thank you. Got gratitude for everything. Queen. You have truly helped me a lot.
Appreciate it. I'm gonna go down to Mr. Christian. He done been in his car, out his car, at the stove.
Can you hear me?
I can. What's going on, Christian?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, Queen?
I,
Greetings.
I am well. Greetings. Finally, you done came up here on one of these things.
Yes, I be missing it. I be sleep. Yeah, it's been a lot. But I really enjoyed the class last night. With the money thing, like, and just me just thinking about all the stuff that has happened in my life, and
Mm-hmm.
knowing that everything, not want to say everything happens for a reason, but everything is connected. And everything
Yes.
has a chain reaction of to why you're acting like this. So it's like definitely need to look at the source of everything. With the money thing, like when I was in third grade and I came back home, like literally my house got robbed. So that's like a first time, like me having my nice things that I not say I worked for because I was like in third grade, but I was given to and appreciated, like being taken away from me like just that quick. So now I'm very stingy, and I kind of don't like that.
Mm.
Like even with my friends trying to like help, close my bag up or anything like that, I kind of have PTSD, like don't touch it, like what I'm saying, I'll do it. So like that's kind of a thing where I need to not don't want to say get comfortable with, but definitely open up more and stop being stingy and realizing that everybody is not out to get me. Um,
Mm.
so yeah, and that's a very much a very hard learning experience for me. Um, and with the sex thing, I think it's funny, but it's not. But like, I guess I got sexual assaulted. Um, like I was pinned down, and then, like when that happened, I guess okay, it was dry humping, dry humping, but like it was a forced. Like he literally took me down and pinned me to the ground, and like it wasn't no penetration, but it's just the act of him doing that, and then it was in front of my friends, quote unquote, like, and I was asking for help, and then like they just sat there and called me gay. So it's just like another thing with people not don't want to ask help for anything like that, don't want to be touched, don't want to be somewhat seen. So it's kind of hard to get out of that shell to like trying to be intimate with someone else after that experience with me in elementary school. So
Mm.
yeah, it was very eye opening and just very much needed because I definitely need to release these emotions and these harboring feelings that I've been holding on for so long, so I can let new things come in and new prosperous and healthy relationships grow within my life right at this point.
Absolutely. Ain't it weird when we don't realize the relationships that are not healthy?
Yeah. And it's like when you're in it, you don't even realize like, oh, I used to be like this when I was younger, or this happened to me with like so and so in my family, or anything like that, or just or a friend, quote unquote. So it's like when you really sit down and think about what happened in your life earlier, because a lot of things happened when we were kids and all the way up until now. It just makes more sense when you have that clarity and go in from there and see what you need to be changed, and so you make things for the better.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I definitely give gratitude to
So
you and the DTs to even, coming up here
gratitude,
and
because you were in the
giving
class
a
last night.
yes, I was.
Yes. So you didn't watch it back. You was actually in there. I know Deja White was actually in there as well. Miss
Yes,
Deja, what your experience was? Gratitude, Christian.
gratitude.
Deja, Deja, can you hear us? Deja, I think something may be going on. She can't hear us or something. Let's go to Latoya Gilly. Miss Gilly, you was in the class last night. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Gratitude.
Oh, it must have been
First of all, I would like to say gratitude to everyone that's on here, that is watching, and everybody who watched it back. Could you hear me? Could you hear
yeah,
me?
I think it's a lapse
Not
in the
sure.
time or something.
Oh, she can hear me. I can't, because I can't hear her. Do y'all hear me?
Yes, I can hear you
Do
now.
y'all hear me now? No? Nobody still don't
Yes.
hear me? All right, I'm going to leave and come back out.
Uh-oh. All right. I left and came back out just in case it was me. So when they come back in, I'm gonna bring them back up here. Here's Latoya again. Bring her in here. And Deja. Let's see.
Cause
Okay,
my phone
Deja.
be acting crazy.
Can you hear me, Deja?
Do y'all hear me now?
I can hear you. I don't know why such a somebody
Okay.
called my
Yeah, I
phone
just
and I
like to
think it put a
say
lapse in it.
greetings and gratitude to everybody, especially Queen, especially Yehuda. He was like top notch last night. He was on his game, which is probably always. So yeah. Um, but I like to say that every class, every mistake, everything I try to be a part of. If I'm not a part of it, then my money situation ain't right. But it's like ever since I first met Queen in Cincinnati, she's been changing my life. You know what I mean? And I was trying to tell the newcomers that one of the ladies was saying, she was nervous, and I was like, baby, you ain't nothing to be nervous about in here. Like, we all family. You know what I mean? Like, Queen gonna do her thing. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. Like, but at this point, I would just like to say that just being involved in the class last night and like having some things come up, especially about my mama because she's always like a trigger for me. Um, I've gotten so many bad signals from her or whatever, financially, like every part of my life. You know what I mean? Like it was to the point where I look up at them, or how can I say that? Yeah, I look up at them or place them. I was placing them on a pedestal. You know what I mean? To the fact that I was looking at them for to give me confirmation on everything. You know what I mean? Like, and that's not right. You know what I mean? Which like I should be looking inside myself for my own confirmations on things and
Mm-hmm.
certain things I should be looking for in myself. And taking the class last night, it brought some things to the forefront for me. Um, and I am so excited to just rewrite my own script. You know what I mean? Like, I live in Richmond, Virginia right now, y'all. You know what I mean? I'm about to move to Nevada, Las Vegas. You know what I mean? To be closer
Mm-hmm.
to my tribe. You know what I mean? Like, we got a whole group, we got a whole tribe. We trying to get together. We trying to get land, and you know we trying to get land so everybody can have somewhere to come to. And it's just like I know that this is a domino effect that was leading up to me to make so many moves. You know what I mean? Like, I got businesses, I make natural products, I do a lot of things, and I just can't wait to get everything out there. I'm like, I'm not letting nothing stand me back no more. Like, it's just time, and that's just how I feel. And I just feel like, from the beginning, from me meeting Queen in Cincinnati, it was working up to this point. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just so grateful because I can really look and say, look, I came from here and now I'm here. You know what I mean? I can notice what I'm doing that's wrong. You know what I mean? Even with my significant other, Yehuda was getting on me yesterday because we got this thing with the radio or whatever. He liked to listen to his sports talk radio before he go to work, and I hate it. So it kind of like burns me up when I gotta listen to it and certain little things. But I found out that I was making bat signals for him. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that he told me this because I never knew that I was making back signals for him. I never want to make back signals for somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, I felt
Mm-hmm.
so terrible. So when the class was over, I was like, look, I apologize because I did not know I was doing that in that type of way. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
I'm just grateful because it means a lot to me that these things was pointed out to me, that I'm able to rewrite my own script because I never even thought that I could do something like that. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you the one
I'm
who was talking
grateful
about
for
they was
Queen. I'm grateful for Yehuda. I'm grateful
erasing
for
and
all the
stuff.
deities, all the ancestors, all the high council. Like, we here, period. And I know that they working in my
Period.
life. I see it all the time. And I'm learning
Period.
every day. And I say gratitude to all of you for even just listening to me.
Gratitude.
Period.
Gratitude. Absolutely. Absolutely. I know it's a lag in it, but how much, I don't know how much the delay is, but I think it is a delay. But I show gratitude because you were one that we talked about erasing and tearing the paper up and trying to erase it and bite the eraser and still trying to erase instead of just tearing that sheet out and start over. you know. So I show gratitude to you, Deja. Miss Latoya Gilly, you were in the class last night. We can't hear you, Latoya. Latoya? Okay, so let's go to Country Rose first. Because there's something going on with Latoya's thing.
Hello, family. Hello, Queen.
Greetings, how are you?
I'm doing I'm doing great. This is Aaliyah, the one that you all did the blessing
Yes.
for.
Yes.
I want to say gratitude. This has been a long trip. So much so like this you can somewhat kind of tell now, but like even now, my eyes blinking more. It was to the point where it would be like just bulged open. And I don't know if you can see it, but let me see. This way. When I smile now, I can actually see on this side like a.
Mm.
Whereas this whole side wouldn't do nothing.
Wait a minute. Aaliyah, didn't you come to Dallas?
Yep, I stay here in Dallas, and I met you.
What did you have this situation going on at that time?
Yeah, this been going on for years.
Wow. Okay, go ahead. Let's talk about it.
My oldest baby, she's a twin, but I lost one of them. And when I lost one of them, I didn't know how to handle that. So I just started working a lot, working like 16-hour shifts and what have you, and got off one day. And my whole left side went to sleep. I thought I was just tired. Went home, washed up, lay down, woke up, tried to brush my teeth, and everything was just all over my shirt and everything. My left arm was tired, couldn't really move it. Tried to call my mom and couldn't speak or nothing. So I've always had this on and off. I can't deal with. It's been an issue to deal with too much emotion. Can't laugh too much or cry because it'll cause like extreme pain on my left side. So I've been excited. Ever since I put my name and my info in the chat for the last month study because I didn't get a chance to make it. And you're just walking by the mirror. By the way, I typically don't like taking pictures, getting up, doing this like a live or something because I'm very shy. I walk by the mirror and I just happen to look up and I was like, is that a dimple? So I'm just in the mirror just playing, like, yes, it is. Oh my goodness. So I've been really excited and grateful to Yehuda, grateful to you, Queen, and grateful to all of you cousins. My babies love you. They watch you whenever they get a chance. And last night I was trying to watch the replay and I fell asleep while I was listening. And I kid you not, I had a dream that I looked over to my left and there was a huge lion sitting beside me. And in my mind, I was like, oh, shit. I hope he ain't hungry. I was like, and I thought about it, I was like, Leah, you tripping. Stop this. And I was like, I know good and well. But he just stood and he was just like, just calm and patient with me. And I was like, I know doggone well this not Yehuda. And I just tripped out. I woke up. I couldn't go back to sleep after that. It was just like, I've been wired. I told the girls when they got up this morning, I was like, guess who I had a dream about? So I've been turned up. I've been excited.
So basically, what you had said was for those who did not really catch it, we had a mistake on the 19th and the 5th, and Aaliyah submitted her name on the ailment list. For those people who thought the ailment list maybe was some bullshit, Miss Aaliyah's name was one of the first names on the list. And Miss Aaliyah said afterwards she realized she was able to smile again on the one side that was not smiling for her.
I'm gonna take it a step further for you.
Come on.
Here go a picture. I look a little toe up, so don't judge me, cousins.
We won't.
Here, this is my
Oh.
oldest baby, the one that's a twin. Here, I was just in the hospital having my middle baby. If you look closely at my face, only one face is mobile. Only one part of my face is mobile. The left side. Right side, no mobility or nothing like that. So this, as time progressed, I could just do like a straight face. So a lot of times people would make assumptions that I was mean. It actually had to take them to talk to me because I could laugh, literally just like be laughing. They were like, "Where's the noise coming from?" Because like the is it Scarface off of Batman?
Oh, I
What's
know what
that
you're
cast
talking
in his
about.
face?
Yeah.
I could be just cracking up laughing, but they couldn't tell it if they look. You have to look in my eyes to tell that I'm laughing at your joke or something. Or you couldn't tell I was angry or anything like that. So any form of emotion is just like, are you playing with us? So I show a lot of gratitude. I truly appreciate you guys. And even watching the playback, gratitude to Miss Tamara and her daughter, that you guys helped out so much opening up about your situation, because it kind of reminds me of my oldest baby, and she's 15. And she's in that age or that era. And from the understanding of like you guys' relationship, and I had to think to myself, like, oh, that explains a lot.
You're talking about Miss Tamara and Miss Tanya up there. Okay.
Gratitude. Gratitude. Thank you.
Gratitude.
Because my baby will turn up like a firecracker. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, really? Oh. So it made me think. I had to think a lot in my approaches, and I had to go back mentally and say, okay, this is how I approach the situation. And I try not to get so heated so fast, because I have to try to place myself in her shoes. Well, maybe it's something she was going through that day. Maybe it's a different way that I can approach her about the situation. But I show much gratitude to you all, to everyone. Your stories and eye-opening events were very beautiful. And I truly appreciate you guys for opening up your heart space and allowing us to be a part of that. And gratitude to you, Queen, for allowing that platform and even opening up that platform to those of us that didn't get a chance to get in the class. I truly appreciate you.
I appreciate you as well. This is what Spirit is reminding me of again, that when we first were even introduced to Adina, and I had on the blue sweater, and it was the candid conversations with the ancestors, and we met Adina. In that moment, they said, "Do you want our help?" And I said, "Yes, we do." Say, "Yes, we do." From that moment, we have been blessed with help after help after help. And we thought they were just gonna fly down in a little contraption and come on and take us on up out of here. We had no idea in which the way they were coming in here to help us. But in order to help us and get us up out of here, they have to change some things so we can level up in frequency again, because that's how we fail. We fail from frequency when we know the biblical story. We fell from frequency. So in order for them to do that, they have to come in and remove some of these layers that have been keeping our frequency low. I'm sure that everybody watched and attended this class last night, frequency went through the roof. Had to. A lot of people said they didn't even notice it in Dallas, Queen, because I sure didn't. That's why I said, was it the same situation in Dallas? I never even noticed it. So
yeah, because I didn't smile. Like I tried to smile, but I was just like, oh my goodness, if somebody noticed, I hope nobody gonna look too close. So I would like I have a tendency, which my daughters have been trying to talk me out of, picking my head up. Because I like looking at people's eyes when they're talking and I engage by looking directly in their eyes. But as far as me saying something, I minimally say something. I minimally not say something so that they won't notice. Like my words now they slur a little bit, but I'm grateful because it's not as bad as it used to be.
And will continue to get better.
Yeah. And I got a quick question for you, Queen, before I step off. I was
Yes,
trying to make
ma'am.
sure that it was you I was conversating with because I was trying to get it's me when I text you. I'm trying to make sure it was you I'm texting. And at first you were saying you had an opening for Thursday,
Mm-hmm.
but then I got back with you yesterday. You're saying you have something for next Friday, I think, or the
Yes,
11th.
they went quick. The slots went very quick,
But
and so I didn't even realize that was you. But that is me you're speaking with on the
okay,
0061. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. So I was waiting to hear back if you wanted that Friday. So
okay,
let me know, and we'll go ahead and proceed and put you up on the schedule.
okay. Gratitude.
Gratitude. Let's see if we can finally get to Latoya Gilly.
Oh,
Uh-uh. Latoya.
greetings.
Greetings. Greetings, greetings.
Okay, you
How
can
are
hear me.
you? Yeah, we can hear
I
you.
am well.
So
Um,
your experience in the class night last night, writing your own script.
well, I tell you, I can relate to like a lot of people, and it's like even with the whole like the tug of war I went through with my mom. Well, actually, still go through it. I don't know if it's because she's uh battling her own situation, and
Mm-hmm.
and she's just never dealt with it. But I feel like that she's like dumping all of the negative like energy onto me because let's say she'll come and visit and she'll come with some type of melodrama something and I'll be like, Mama, I am vibrating high, could you please just change the subject? But like even when I was like living home with her, it's just like either her way or the highway, even though she's coming to visit me.
Mm.
um
Right.
It's like the narcissistic tendencies. She's got a PhD in that bad boy. It's just like that's just how bad it is. And for a while I struggled with it because she is mom until I really be like, it's nothing I've done. It's nothing I can do because this is who she is. And unless she wants to change that, she's gonna have to do that. I could be the perfect child, whether adolescence or adult. This is who she is unless she wants to change that. And so now I've come to the point where I've used certain rebuttals because people love to say I will be glad when they retire that whole script when they say you only get one mom. I say okay, well, fair enough, I only get one me.
Okay. Period.
So it's just, but so they don't know how to come at me when I say stuff like that. They don't understand me anyway because I've always been considered like the one that was like always sarcastic. That's just in my neck. I try not to hurt nobody's feelings, but when it doesn't make sense, that's my way of getting you to see that 1 plus 1 is not equaling 2 with either with what you said or how your actions are. And a lot of that too, like I thought I was tripping, just to give you an example, because how they'll do or like have done is like, because it's just my brother and myself. So it don't take a rocket scientist to see that you have favoritism. It's just us two. It's not 200 of us. It's two.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So it's just like
it still go through that, and then by him being a man, it's like she kind of shortchanged him with like making him do more to be responsible. But I was looked to the one, even though I was being responsible, I'm responsible now. And it's like I have been on my own for 14 consecutive years. You know, I've had rough patches, but I've done it. I have 3 beautiful children, and it's just like even after I had kids, it got worse. But have has anyone on here ever been in a household where you are surrounded by people but you still feel like you are alone even though you're
Absolutely.
in
All the
a
time.
house with people, but it's like you
All the
don't fit
time.
in at all, like you are that misfit jigsaw piece?
Absolutely. All the time.
So it's just like
But what
so
did you get
if
from the class?
I oh well what I got from the class is I just it was just refreshing to find out that I wasn't the only one going through that,
Right.
and that I have to do what I have to do to rewrite that, because how I won't be so stressed out or borderline anxiety because of somebody else's behavior. Almost like I have to make like some type of firewall or something I have to do when I see the negativity of course there's not going to be any type of like perfect days, but I so I can have some peace. But
Hmm.
um I need to just see what like erase what needs to stay, what needs to be tossed into the sea of
Because I
forgetfulness,
can
as
just
they say.
listen to you right now, Latoya, and I can tell by listening to you that you have some stuff you have to erase or tear
Yes.
up and get rid of because you carry in the bat signal because I can hear it even as you speak of it. I can hear the bat
Mhm.
signals
Yeah.
because it's so big.
Yeah.
I think your challenge is going to be finding that forgiveness so you can
Yeah.
go ahead and delete it and rewrite that script because it's almost for from what I'm listening to, it's almost like you need mom to understand, acknowledge, or admit to something or apologize to something. She's not going to do it. So you're going to have to
Mhm.
just go ahead and move forward to rewrite and write your own script. You're going to have to delete that shit and go on and erase it. And it's not that you have to, you know, oh, it never existed.
Yeah.
We just got to forgive the acts. Even if it's acts right now, you have to come to some consensus of how you're going to
Yeah.
handle it. People say, that's my mama. I can't just cut her off. I don't know why the fuck not. She know you. She your mama.
Yeah.
She knows she your mama. So if she knows she your mama, then maybe she show up differently to your life if she don't have a
Yeah.
place in it. We are so scared to stand up for us. You can't be afraid
Mhm.
to stand up for you. So continue to move forward and write your script because you can do it. You got to get rid of those bad signals because I can hear them.
Yeah.
Yeah, continue on. I appreciate you, Latoya, and you must have been
Thank
getting
you.
some kind
Gratitude.
of healing, girl, because you was glowing last night. You had a
Well,
glow,
yeah,
and you look
I am on my
beautiful.
way now. I'm definitely on my way. Yeah.
Absolutely. Danny Phantom, greetings,
Greetings,
Danny.
everyone.
Greetings, Queen.
How you doing,
You were
Queen?
not in the class, but you watched the recording back, right?
Yes,
I'm
I
good.
did. I woke up early this morning and was watching it, right? And I went there for Yehuda because I seen what was on the community board. So I went there for Yehuda, and as I'm sitting there watching it, I'm like, oh no, I was meant to be here. I was here for a reason. So as I'm watching it, mind you, I didn't know you was going to say that it was for free. So as I'm watching, I'm like, I owe Queen some money. I'm like, I gotta send Queen money to her Cash App. I feel so guilty about watching this whole thing and really taking notes and receiving so much information from it because I didn't realize some of the bat signals that I had when it comes to
Can we? Can I press pause on you for a second?
yes.
Just 1 second. So, probably about 5 minutes ago or so, Spirit said, I want you to keep checking on this name right here because this person is here to start trouble with you. And I said, oh, who is it? They said, I want them to don't say a word, but I want you to, the next comment, I want you to watch because this person is not who they're pretending to be. I'm not going to do it. I want my moderators to get XYZ the fuck out of my chat. You came here to be shitty and messy. Let me tell you something before y'all do it. I wouldn't give a fuck because you didn't come here for the right. So any healing that your disgusting ass made, and I'm going to talk to you like that because you are a disgusting person because Spirit said so. If you don't want me to open up like the motherfucking flower and read your whole existence, I want you to get your ass up out of here with that dimple and pimple on your fucking face. Get out of my chat. Get him the fuck out of my chat. You didn't come here for the right in the first place. I wouldn't give a fuck what you don't see. What you don't see is how I was going to talk to you. You didn't know it, but I knew it because Yehuda said, watch you. And now I want you blocked out of here, period, permanently. Gratitude. You're disgusting to me. Disgusting. I'm not going to do it. I want my moderators to do it. Get the fuck out of my chat. Now, the Z ended your ass, just like the alphabet. Get the fuck out of here. Gratitude, Danny.
Well, gratitude's queen. Listen, I'm over here talking about get the fuck on. but
Period.
But yeah, I didn't realize how many back signals that I have received from my mother as regards to like finances and things like that. But now as I'm getting older, and I'm saying like now, like just recently, I'm really starting to pay attention to, like my finances and as far as like credit and everything. And I realized how much I wasn't taught at home about these things and how when I was younger, super younger, I can remember, you know, not really my mom like getting us not really the best things, but getting us things. Like we might not have had what everybody else had, but when it came time for school, we had shoes. It might not have been, like the latest is what I'm trying to say. My mom was more of like a bargain shopper and things like that. And, when we did get what everybody else had, it was more like around tax time or whatever.
Yeah.
And I realized that me as a parent with my three daughters, I be trying to overcompensate because I'm a cosmetologist and as fast as I get my money, it can go because I get to spending and spending and spending and can't hold on to none of it. And I have that mindset like, okay, if I spend this right now, I know I can do a client or two, and get my money right back. When it shouldn't be like that. And I should be really focused on my savings. And as I look at my mom now, and I'm 33 and she's almost 50 and she still don't have a savings. Like this is where I get that from. This is where I get that mindset. And now I've been more in touch with my dad lately and I realize how serious it is for him. And I noticed how like, dang, that's crazy. If you was more in my life when I was younger, I probably could have picked up more of that from you.
Ain't that interesting? Ain't that deep?
Yes, because he was the one.
We don't even understand. See, that's why I feel like, and Yehuda says we supposed to show favor to the parentals too to understand them because see, your mom probably got bad signals. Don't even know why she can't, not saving money like that either. You know. So when you are looking at it, what did you like realize for far as some of the other? Because I'm noticing that the finances is big for everybody. I didn't realize how big that was for everybody. I thought it was just my little broke ass growing up.
Oh, no.
But it seemed like it's everybody, been affected by that in different ways that we don't realize how finances affect you in your everyday practices, you
Yeah.
know.
I'm driving right now and I just try to glance back into my notebook so I can see. And also mine was with voice. My
Okay.
voice. I feel
In
like
what way?
coming up like from even when I was younger, we all hear, stay at a child's place. Like shut up. Even if we did have an opinion and what your parents said wasn't necessarily correct. And you knew it wasn't, but it was like, shut up, stay in a child's place. And I feel like that followed me all the way up until, like preteens, young adulthoods, because I noticed that I would let other people, as far as like my peers, like bully me and say certain things. And I didn't realize until I was like maybe like 13, 14, and I'm sitting there and this girl just talking, 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 talking. And I was just like I feel offended. Like you're not about to talk to me like that. Like I feel like that was the first time when I finally found my voice. And I can remember that to this day. And I've never let nobody really walk over me since. But I've noted, well, in that aspect, as far as being bullied. But then that trickled on into the love
Mm.
because
In what
it hit
way?
home for me there too. Because I feel like I let my partners in relationships walk over me to the point, I'm sorry.
You fine.
Yeah, like kind of walk over me to the point where it ain't no choice but for me to notice. Like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
this
That's
ain't for
okay.
me.
You're in a safe space.
I'm sorry, y'all.
They, you okay, Queen? This is a safe space. We all have these kind of traumas, and some of them are sexual traumas that we have,
Yes.
and that's okay. But that's why we do this so we can recognize it and we can heal it. Because I was getting healing too. I mean, really. I got sexual traumas. We go from not having a voice to being aggressive, to prove our point and just trying to be respected a little bit.
Yeah.
It's okay. Go ahead, keep going, Danny.
Yeah, so I realized in the love department, it started to be like that too. Like you be stuck on giving people chance after chance after chance to the point you realize like you done lost yourself because now all the self respect you had for yourself is out the window because you didn't let people get over you.
Hmm. Do you know why we give people chance after chance, Danny?
Why?
We give people chance after chance because we're afraid of missing something. We're afraid that what if it is good and it's me? Okay, let's try it one more time. Well, I don't really want to let it go. Let me try it one more time. I don't want to be by myself. I'm gonna try it one more time. He probably or she probably is just, they don't understand. We're gonna talk about it. Once we talk about it, they'll fix it. We'll try it one more time. I don't understand how they don't see. Let me love them through it. We're gonna try one more time.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, Queen, because then that trickles over to the trauma. It necessarily wasn't my trauma. Mine went from love to the trauma. Like it was just like the whole class hit home for me. Because
Mhm.
let me trickle on to the trauma and the trauma bond.
Mhm.
Okay, so it went from that till the person that I was in a relationship with for probably like almost 11 years. In 2020, he had gotten into a bad car accident. But when I tell you, literally 7 days prior, I caught him at the hotel with somebody else.
Mm.
So when it happened, we wasn't necessarily together. And at that point, and this is why the other day you was on a live and you said, you did an example like how we say we over things. And then something happens and then we right back. And I'm like, I said that they like, oh yeah, I got that call before because I was so over the relationship and where it had me at that point in my life. And when he got into the car accident, he lost his left limb. Like his left leg was cut off, gone.
Mm.
And I feel like I cared about him more than I cared about myself to the point I put how I felt about him in a relationship behind my mind so I can focus on helping him heal.
Mm. That's deep. That's deep.
And I stayed in the relationship. And now I'm to the point like I wasn't never had necessarily like I never was healed from what you took me through prior to the accident. I just feel like I loved you enough to put it on the back burner and not let that get in the way
Mhm.
of me
Yep.
helping you get back.
Because what it boils down to, we can give all these different excuses as to why we stay, but really, it's two things. Because I want you to love me. Period. I want you to love
Yeah.
me. And I feel like, in the second one, I feel like if I walk away, you'll love somebody else. In our mind, they always gonna love somebody more than they loved us. We're never they. What if they're gonna be good to them? What if they just miraculously just gonna be the person I done wasted 10 years trying to wait till they become? When really you just want to be loved. That means you have bad signals that is causing you to feel some type of way. Because that's what it boils down to.
Yeah.
And I love you. Why don't you love me the way I love you? What
Exactly.
we don't even ask ourselves what it is that we love, child. If you trace some shit back in some of these relationships, somebody just said to me the other day, I feel so stupid looking back at my other relationship. Like, what was you thinking? My daughter said that. My daughter is 20, she'll be 26. She said, I just was looking back. Mom, you ever look at some relationships like, what was you thinking? I said all the time. And it'd be so crazy if you really look at the shit, you don't know, you can't even get past it. Like you done been on the bed crying, like you just can't understand. Let 2 years go past or so, and you done moved in a good, healthy space. You be like, bitch, what was you? Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Don't even tell nobody. Like,
Yeah.
cause I was so in love. My world was ending. Now you see him, he be like, you ain't fucking with me no more. Nigga, get the fuck out my face. Stop it.
Okay.
You make that boy buy. You know, boy who? You better go get that fat bitch you was just with. You know, you get to
Hmm.
talking real good then. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But you was just broken because the brokenness really is just some other shit. That's the come on, come through, Yehuda. Grand rising, grand rising. Because see, what it is, everything you're experiencing are symptoms. These are symptoms to the real problem. Just say perhaps the real problem, this symptom, this relationship, this man that you crying over that you can't understand is a symptom to what? To the fact that you and your father or your mother don't have a good relationship and you got that signal.
And I said that.
The
I
shit be
said that.
that.
I was talking to my dad probably like last week or maybe a couple weeks ago, and he was just explaining to me like all the stuff that he took my mom through when she was pregnant with me. So this stuff was already trickled down to me in the womb. And he
Mm,
was like, it wasn't just like that I was a bad person. He like I was just immature, you know, when I was a whore, I was young and I wasn't ready. And I said, and some of the stories that they was explaining to me, I'm like, everything y'all saying, I've been through. Every single last
mm,
thing y'all saying, I've been through. Like, what are
mm-hmm,
the odds?
mm-hmm. Now we have to learn how to rewrite our script. In order to do that, even coming out of these relationships, you got to ask yourself hard ass questions. Why did I stay in there? What was it about him that I loved? Sometimes you can't even find it. Oh, he had good dimples. Like, bitch, shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you don't even know why. That's because you didn't love him. You loved the thought of something.
Yeah.
You were missing something already, you know, and that's kind of where it's boiling down to. Because then you start like, well, wait a minute. Well, what did I miss? The whole relationship, all we did was argue.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the sex might have been good, but shit, then after that, and then he was fucking with old girl. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What is we holding on to? We holding on to the thought. It was never good. In your mind, it was good, but everybody else was looking like, I don't even know how the fuck she do this. Y'all may be the couple that nobody don't want to come over. Because all y'all gonna do is argue and bring down the energy of the party. But in your mind, you is living greatly. Everybody want this nigga. Nobody don't want him but you.
Look, they didn't want the problems. They wanted the penis queen.
You hear me?
They didn't want
Period.
the problem. They said she could have a problem. I want the penis from him.
That's right.
That's it. And I don't even want the problem nor the penis. Now that I'm at the point, like I feel like now every when I'm telling him this, I seem so cold. Like it hurts me to tell him the truth about how I feel.
And that's everybody. See, that's where we be stuck at. And that's even with your parentals. That's what people to think. Why do we have such a problem with stopping people from hurting us? Do you know where it comes from? It comes from the fucking genome. See, that's where that stems from.
Okay.
We can't even stop them from hurting us, and we watch it every day. We'll watch them kill somebody's child and be like, well, what they do?
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a fuck. They didn't have no right. They just killed a superior being.
Yeah.
And we are superior right now and forevermore. And it's time that we rewrite our script, Danny. Once you figure this stuff out and you start to remove some of this, tear some of these pages out, I don't even know why I wrote that in there.
Oh,
What
did I
was I
mess it up?
thinking?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't even know what I was thinking when I wrote that. It's time for you to delete, erase it, tear it out, Cause see, when we was talking last night in the class, we was talking to Deja White, and we said how sometimes when you writing your script, you writing it with a number two pencil, and you writing like you in the second grade, cause it's real deep on the page, and you didn't try to erase it, and you can't, so you didn't tore the erase off a little bit. Now you got to bite down on the eraser and erase a little bit more, and once you see that, it start tearing the paper, right? And then you got to go and get another eraser, but it still ain't. It's indented there. You can see it. Everything that was right there, you can see it. So it's not even like you can erase it. You got to tear that whole page out. Because now you're just going to be rewriting over a whole bunch of bullshit. How you going to write over something when the paper ain't clear? It ain't clear. You can't see the new shit you writing. Because you still writing over an old script. You know what I mean? Whisper J.
Hi, Queen. Hi, cousins.
Greetings.
The class, I really loved it. Like how to call out the back signals, making sure like you calling out the right back signal because you might think it's something, but it's totally something else. I stood out with the voices, like losing your voice, completely shutting down, trying to overprove yourself, and like why you think you're not worthy enough or why you gotta overprove yourself.
Were you
That
in the
stood
class
out.
last night or did you watch it back?
Oh no, I was in the class.
Are you Rudy Huxtable?
No, I was Whisper D. Like
Oh, okay.
Whisper J is my middle name, but I was just Whisper D in the class. I didn't have my camera on because my hair a little messed up.
It's okay.
But
Okay, so go ahead.
what else I want to say? Um,
So which one stuck out greater to you? Or did you find yourself needing to work on more, maybe?
I found myself needing to work on not being speaking up for myself, but not being over aggressive. You know, like you find yourself exploding over the little stuff because you let so much stuff slide. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, I'm not letting this. I'm not. So every little thing you just attacking, like you can't
Yes.
let it slide, basically. Like, yeah. So I'm working on that. What else?
Any bonds, traumas, any what about the finances?
Yeah, the finance can't save. Like I was taught, if treat yourself. If you don't treat yourself, nobody, who will. So I found myself overspending. Like I'm gonna get that. I gotta get this. I'm gonna give it back. And it's like when you look up, it's all gone. Like you didn't save anything. So now you trying to work twice as hard to get what you made back, and it's just like unnecessary.
Absolutely. I want people to take note because I know some people saying they can't find this or that. But there were four things that I want you to remember from the class, and just being here right now in this moment. I want you to remember bat signals, false beliefs, misdiagnosis, and the experience. This is your experience, and you have the right to have a great experience in your physical. You have that right to
Yes.
raise your frequency. You have that right to be happy. You have the right to the pursuit of happiness. And bad signals can sometimes stop that. False beliefs of who you are or where you come from or what your religious beliefs or spiritual understanding should be. And then, of course, the misdiagnosis of you don't even know. You think that is one thing, a reason why you're feeling one way, but really the financial and other stuff, the reason why you keep having sex and you don't have a good partnership with people, it's a misdiagnosis because you're looking at this. And sometimes, even last night, we uncovered that some of that shit came from finances. One
Yeah.
situation, one memory, one memory. So if we did healing off of one memory, we have a lifetime of memories.
Yeah.
We have a lifetime of them, you know? So it's about us working on it, building positive relationships with self, understanding self, loving self, and being able to push some shit together. Now, Miss Whisper, um, Were you able to trace back the one memory, like your
Um,
first memory?
I thought about like crying a lot and like nobody would notice me.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. That's interesting. So it made you feel like you were not even important.
Yeah, like not seen.
Yeah, yeah. So how did that play a part in how you show up to yourself now?
Um,
Not feeling like you were seen, like, so did it make you want to cry more to people to see if they see it, or did it make you not want to cry and say fuck you, fuck y'all?
yeah, fuck y'all more of than expressing myself. Like it's more no emotion, and I think we talked about that too. Like it's really like emotionless almost.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
Yes.
think that like it's not worth fighting for almost, and that's not good.
Mm. Right. That's interesting. You said like it's almost not worth fighting for. What is the it? You would be the it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and the
Mm.
love.
Mm. You would be the it. So you are very much worth fighting for. But see that quick, how you took yourself out of it like you weren't talking about you.
Yeah,
So you gave it power in a different way. Like it was not you. What is the word? Like you separated yourself from it. You became, what is the word? I feel like it starts with a D. I cannot think of the word
distant.
I'm looking. Distant, but um almost distorted, maybe.
Oh yeah,
Like your view was distorted of what it is. Like disengaged. What is the word, Yehuda? Like sometimes this is disassociated. Yes,
this is so.
yes, that is the word. You were disassociated, disassociated with it.
Yeah, and that's probably like one more standoffish and observe it more observer than yeah. That's the right word.
Hmm. I do. I've listened. I have looked at some of my childhood pictures, and I'm looking at it as if it's not even me. I'm so disassociated and detached.
Hmm.
Detached. That's the other word. Detached. I was so detached that I wasn't even recognizing. Like, yeah, I see me, but that don't feel like me because she went through a lot of shit.
Yeah.
So it's about rewriting the script. Do you feel like you're in a good place now to be able to at least start to write a new script?
Yes. When you was talking about clearing the paper, and it's we never said it was gonna be easy, but it's definitely
Right.
simple. And like I'm ready to take the steps and talk. I talk to myself more in the mirror. I dance, sing. Make me feel more alive. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Absolutely. Because see, okay, so let me also explain in case people don't understand why the class was called Writing Your Own Script. Because right now you are in a movie, and your movie is the Nikki J movie or the Christina '06 movie or Ebony Best movie. And we are just your co-stars, and we don't even exist until you write us into your script. Queen doesn't exist until you write her into your script. So at some point, you spoke out and said, I need to figure out how to do this. I need to change this in my life. And in those moments, you started writing a script and you wrote Queen into your script. And then you turned on your TV or computer. Somebody said, you ever heard of that one lady? She got them one things on her face. I think her name is like Queen or something. And they then sent you over the name of the video and you then came across it. And now she is like, I can't even stop watching because you done wrote her in your script. Because nothing, people think this shit has to be. It doesn't. Doesn't. I ain't got to talk to you. What I got to talk to you for? Because if you don't want to talk to me, you ain't gonna talk to me. We feel so obligated. I don't. Fuck you. What happened? I don't. And you're not gonna make me feel obligated either. Cause I will cut you out, child, Miss Whisper. I will act like you and I don't. I could be sitting there with you, and will not speak to you, will not look at you. You do not exist. You can start talking to me. I will look straight through you and start talking to somebody else to the point where you probably gonna get up and fucking leave or want to fight.
One or the other. You know, if you
You
be
hear me?
feeling some type of way.
Be mad as hell because you won't forgive them for their bullshit. I ain't got to. I do not have to. You cannot tell me how to react to your actions, and you can't tell me how to heal from what you've done to me. I might just don't like your energy. I ain't got to. We have to learn to be accountable for self in your own script. You do not have to keep acting and producing the script that was handed to you that you do not like. Rewrite that motherfucker. Understand parts of you might like some of the script. That's a good, but this little scene right here, nah, weed don't bother me. You know what I mean? I don't want it. I'm gonna take this part out. We gonna recall the script, you guys. We're gonna recall it, and we're gonna rewrite this part right here where LT says that, yeah, no, we're gonna take that out. I don't want this character. I think this character does not fit in the movie any longer. Let's go ahead and delete that character. Because you know what happens? What happens? Say, for example, okay, tell me somebody that's in your life right now, Whisper.
As in what? Family
A
wise?
friend, a family, a spouse, whatever, just
Okay, I'll use my
hypothetically.
sister.
Okay. So say you and your sister, right? She is in your script because she was innately written into your script, okay? Because she's family. So that means there is an innate script that's already been written. But from the time y'all grew up, you and your sister has never gotten along. You can't understand why you have tried XYZ for y'all to heal and build. But something about her, you just can't. If she was not your sister, you wouldn't talk to her nor fuck with her because you don't like her, right? But your mama keeps saying that's your sister. She knows she's your sister. You know she's your sister. Now, yes, she has her own traumas or her own bad signals that was formulated at a very young age. Reason why she was ever mean like that from the beginning, right? And some people's personalities are just very strong, and they carry shit from their past lives. Believe that. Now, inside of your script, y'all 23 and 24, okay, whatever. And so now, every time y'all just got into it last weekend, and you like, you know what? I'm done with her because she gonna make me beat her ass. Okay. So now you're gonna rewrite your script.
Okay.
That means I don't want her no longer in my life. I don't give a fuck who she is. So, mama, listen, that's your daughter. You talk to her. I don't have to. Don't call me if she over there. We're not gonna do no more sit downs to try to fix it. So at this point, when you cut her out your life, you will slowly start to forget. You know she exists, but it's so easy to live without people. It's easy to live without people. So you didn't forget. How do you forget? Because you forgot. Because once you cut her out, you was able to breathe a little differently. You don't have as much anxiety. You can think a little better because you are starting to let go of some of the shit when you was like 12 and she had told everybody and you had came on your period and she was out there telling everybody and she didn't run through the house with your period panties and you hate this bitch from the inside deep. So now that was a bat signal that you didn't know had multiple layers on it. But you're going to leave that be and you're going to forget it because now, fuck her. She out of my life. I ain't even got to ever think about that memory again.
Okay.
You're cutting shit out. So people don't have to be in your life. They don't have to. We just think that they do. I don't care if you got 6 kids by this nigga. He ain't got to be in your life. You can forget people exist. I do it all the time. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. When I was younger, how old was we? Me and my cousins. I probably was like Let's see, Toddy was 9, so I was 29. Listen, I was like 29, 30. And me and my cousins decided to write down our sexual partners to see. Bitch, what's your number? What's your number? It was people on there. I only remembered their face. I couldn't remember their name. Shut up. So don't judge me, bitch. It was people on, I remember their name. Well, his name was, oh my God, what was his name? Oh, hell no. Because you can forget people. You didn't forget people that was inside of your physical vessel. What? It happens. I don't give a shit. You could have had sex with him last year. See him at the club like, bitch, I forgot I fuck with that nigga. You hear me? It happens. Because he ain't got no place in your life. He didn't even mean nothing. You just wrote him in there accidentally. He was just a little piece of the script. He wasn't even, his part wasn't even big. He didn't even have a speaking role. What? He didn't even have a speaking role. You know? So your sister does not have to be in your life because what is she bringing in your life? You gonna keep her in there on your script just because she gonna be the nemesis? I do need a nemesis in my life. No, the fuck I don't. What are you keeping her in there for? Because she your sister? What does that mean? That just means we share parents. That's it.
Right. Yeah, I think I like the movie concept too because you really understand it.
Yeah.
I can really click.
So, yeah. So he was a stand-in and an extra. You hear me? Yeah. Listen. So I show gratitude to everyone, and I know that this was not easy. You know, even in this moment again, coming up here telling your truth and speaking on some things. And I know some people want to speak on some other stuff, but they just could not find it in their vocals
Yeah.
to speak on some of the other stuff, and that's okay. As long as you understand it, you recognize it. Yeah, I know I'm sitting there teaching with my titties out. I ain't got on no clothes. So whatever. Love yourself
But
enough.
thanks,
See, I can love
gratitude,
myself.
Queen. Love you, and
I can
thank you
love
for allowing
myself
me
enough
to
to just
share
be
too.
just nipples to my stomach. You hear me?
Gratitude.
Gratitude. I keep
Yeah.
making sure I
Queen,
don't hit this camera button so it don't pop back on.
Queen,
Oh, it's gonna be a surprise. Um, I love y'all
Queen.
genuinely.
Love
Keep
you.
rewriting your scripts. Make sure you get on Eventbrite and get some of these tickets. I am gonna put up the You want me to do that, Yehuda? Yehuda said we're gonna go ahead and go forward with the Mind, Body, and Soul retreat of 2022. We're gonna do it. And we're gonna start to watch and monitor to see who we're gonna get the invite to. So the link is already posted, Queen. The link is already posted. It's in the community. And yes, the passcode is with it, you guys. I got a reading I got to do really quickly, and it's for one of my readers, and I'm so excited about it. So I love y'all genuinely. I could not wait to come on here today, child. I almost could not sleep to get up and come on here and talk about it. Okay. So I love y'all. Keep watch it, go on there, learn something. If y'all feel like Queen, we need to talk about it one more time, let me know. We'll come back and talk about it again. Okay. I love y'all genuinely. Enjoy the rest of your day. Make some changes.
Bye,
Write
Queen.
some
Bye.
stuff.
Gratitude.